This is a Yamaha Passola. We have gone and fitted a later model Yamaha Jog engine into it. We've then gone and fitted a 50cc Stage 6 street race cylinder and a Stage 6 exhaust. We've upgraded the reeds and put a Polini CP19 carburetor in it. We've given it a complete white respray, and today, if everything goes to plan, we're going to ride it for the very first time. So a lot has got to go to plan for all this to come together. We've got the wheels, we've got wiring, and of course we have the steering. It does not seem like a lot, but honestly, it really is. So if you're not familiar with the Yamaha Passola build and you want to follow along, click that link up at the top right of the screen. It will take you to a full build series. Once you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you could. First things first, if we're going to ride this bike today, we're going to need a set of wheels on it. So with all that said and done, let's get these bad boys on the bike.
I've gone and powder coated both wheels in a nice coat of glossy black. The front wheel is from the original Yamaha Passola. The rear wheel is from the Yamaha Jog. The rear tyre is a 90 by 100 by 10. And the thought around this is it's kind of like a cheap gear up kit. With any modification, certainly comes another modification, and the rear tyre has proven that. It is too big. So I've had to deflate the tyre, apply the ratchet strap to give it a squeeze, just so it will fit in there. It is a very tight fit. Once we've fitted the wheels and tyres, it's time to refit the exhaust. This little spring that retains the silencer always makes me nervous.
I don't really know how to say this, but when you start coming up with the ideas for these bikes, they're floating around in your head. You've got an idea, you start putting that plan into action. Then you think of a color, you start laying out that color. In the back of your mind, you're starting to wonder, geez, I hope it really comes out as good as I plan. I hope it looks as good as it does in my head. I think this is starting to come off the way I had it planned in my head, and right now, it's looking sensational. Alright, the front end is now together. It is all just temporarily there. However, I do need to check that everything is working before I button it up. Which brings us now to electronics and the battery box. Last episode you saw me make this here. This is the battery box. Now I used a 3D printer to create this, but it has since undergone a revision. Version 2. This one has a provision to mount the CDI and also the main fuse, as well as the coil underneath. So big upgrades, We'll go put this guy in and then we should have power and we can check all the electronics. So we've got good news and we've got bad news. Battery's in. Good news is, turn the key, we have a tail light. That means we've got power running through the system. Bad news is, no horn, no indicators. But back to the good news. We do have starter motor power. So we're on the right track. But from here, I've got to keep going, keep buttoning things up before we're ready to ride. All right, the tinkering has been completed and I have managed to fix the horn and the indicators. So we'll turn the ignition on. And if we block our ears, horn works. Indicators, we have them too. So now, if we press our magic little starter button, I think we're in a position to actually start this bike again. If I can find my little button. Now that it starts, it's still not ready to ride. We still have things like throttle cable disconnect, rear brake cables are not connected. The steering neck has still got to be bolted in place. There's still a fair bit of work to do. So I'm going to push on with that before we can actually get riding it. We are riding it. This is the first time we've been riding the bike. First time under its own power. Freaking awesome, man. Absolutely insane. This thing is wild.